What's up, good folks? I'm CJ Pearson, and CJ in the Scene starts right now. What's up? First up, let's break some news. Graduation has been moved to the dates of July 24th and 25th. The times are the same, so all the Friday graduation times are the same. All the Saturday graduation times are the same. The order remains the same. So I think Evans was graduating at 4 o'clock on May 23rd. So that was a Saturday date, so we will be graduating at that same time now on July 25th. And then that same thing applies to every single school. If you had a morning graduation on a Friday in May, you have a morning graduation on July 24th, which is that Friday as well. And that decision was made today in the board meeting, which just concluded just a few minutes ago. In addition, the decision was made to end school on May 8th for all students who are on track to graduate, on track to pass. If you're not failing any classes, anything like that, your work ends, learn from home ends for you on May 8th because there are no final exams. However, if you are failing the fourth quarter, you will have to continue until May 22nd to get remediated, which basically means get your grade up. So that will be a bunch of extra credit assignments potentially after that May 8th date. So if you are currently failing fourth quarter and that jeopardizes you passing for the semester, you will have to continue on until May 22nd, I believe is the date. As we reported yesterday, the state has been considering and has already issued this guidance. The governor didn't do a press conference about it, but it was announced. I'll show you the document up next, that school districts, local school districts, would have the discretion to choose how they promote and or retain students this year. They had complete discretion. If a local school district decided we're going to disregard grades for Q4, then they could have done that. If they decided they were going to disregard grades for Q3 and Q4, they could have done that. They could have automatically passed all students if they chose to do so, because the state said that you are not allowed to retain students based on inadequate performance during virtual learning. However, Columbia County decided not to do that at all. They decided that they would still count quarter four grades, even though all of that learning occurred at home. And that was a choice they made. They didn't have to make that choice, but they made that choice, and that is ridiculous. As you see in that screenshot there, that is guidance directly from the State Board of Education, which gave local school districts the option to decide whether or not they would promote students. They would basically say, all right, it's not fair that you had to learn from a computer for an entire quarter. We're not going to hold your Q4 grades against you because of that. We're going to promote you anyways because that shouldn't determine whether or not you pass or fail because you had to learn from a computer. You weren't expecting to do that. So the state board gave local school districts that option. However, Columbia County, in the words of Superintendent Sandra Caraway, she had no intention of quote-unquote letting students off the hook. Those were her words, that she did not want to let students off the hook for quarter four. So she made the choice, along with the school board, to basically require that all those grades be considered and that you have to pass quarter four as well in order to be promoted. If you don't, you go to summer school. Now, because there have been so many differences across the state as to how some local school districts are handling this, you have Columbia County doing one thing, bigger districts in Atlanta doing a complete different thing. They're disregarding quarter four grades. Columbia County is not. This has led to state officials like those in the governor's office to say, we can't have all these differences across the state. This is not good for the state. Then we need to step in and we need to make sure that everyone across the state is doing the same thing. This is why it is being considered within the governor's office to basically disregard all Q4 grades, which would lead to all students being promoted to the next grade automatically. This is being considered. Details are being worked out. No final decision has been made because the details are being put together as we speak. So more on that hopefully in the coming weeks. The governor would not be in lonely company making that decision. The state of Florida decided, it's April now, in March, to automatically pass all students, giving parents the options to retain their student if they would like. Virginia made the same choice, along with Pennsylvania. So other states have already decided to promote their students and disregard academic performance for this school year, at the very least this semester. So really, the governor would be following in their lead. So they're just trying to make the decision that's best for the state of Georgia, and also make sure, again, that we're not having one state or one county in Georgia doing something completely and radically different from another. That just is unfair to students for obvious reasons. So we'll keep you updated, and as we have more information on that. Moving ahead, decisions about prom. Prom was actually not discussed at all at the school board meeting tonight. It is assumed that this will be a decision left to the respective schools, so this will be a school-by-school decision. However, what I would assume, due to the fact that graduation was pushed back to July 24th and July 25th, I would also expect a July prom as well, unless social distancing requirements are relaxed before then. However, we haven't reached the peak for the coronavirus cases yet. We won't reach that for another week or two. So May is likely out of the question. June may be a potential, but I think because graduation is in July, look for a prom possibly in July if there is a prom at all. All of you upset about the fact that they are not automatically passing students for Q4. I would recommend, seriously, I would recommend this. This doesn't affect me at all. I'm passing my classes. It doesn't affect me. But I understand how it might affect a lot of you. Not everyone can learn from a computer. And it's ridiculous to basically hold people accountable for an entire quarter of grades that they didn't spend a single moment in the classroom for. I think that is ridiculous and absurd. And so what I think you should do, I'm not doing it because it doesn't affect me. I don't really care. So you do you. And here's what I'm saying you should do. You should create a petition basically shining a light on this, talk about how it's unfair to hold students accountable for an entire quarter that they did not spend in the classroom, and how it negatively impacted your education and the quality that you received. And then boom, that's why you have a bad grade. So start that petition, I'll share it. I won't make it because I'm lazy, but there you go, free advice. I have no beef for the graduation decision, though. I think that is the safest date you could have it. It wouldn't make any sense to make it in June, just to have to possibly postpone it again, especially after people have made plans and travel plans and all that stuff. So I think July is the safest time you can have it. I feel bad for the people who are going to be going off the basic training. Some people are starting college over the summer, I know, and so that's kind of tricky for them, and I feel bad for them. But this is truly the safest time that you could have graduation. So I don't want to dunk on Columbia County too much and not give them credit for one thing at least. And I think they did the best they could do with graduation. So that is my one good thing to say today. You're welcome. Anyways, like I said, I told you all how y'all can fight this. I think that Columbia County made a bad decision about promotion and passing students, especially considering the state literally said they could do as they please. And the right decision is obviously to not hold against students an entire quarter. Guys, let's dwell on that for a moment. Let's marinate on that for a moment. We have not been in a classroom the entire 9 weeks. The entire 9 weeks, but you're going to say that you're going to hold that entire 9 weeks against a student who had to learn from a computer by no choice of their own? That is ridiculous. That makes no sense. I don't know where they do that at, but they shouldn't do it here. They shouldn't do it here. So I've told y'all how y'all can, fight that system or that decision there. At the very least, state officials could intervene and fix it, or we could, force the board to reconsider if we bring enough attention to the issue. So, but yeah, it's ridiculous. I think it's a terrible decision. Anyways, guys, that's it for me here on Cjots. I thank you guys for watching. God bless you. God bless America. And it's a wrap. Anyway.